All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Chevrolet display today for a very special announcement that we're going to be giving you from Wayne Taylor Racing, one of our competitors in the Tudor United Sports Car Championship here this weekend. But first, I'd like to introduce a few people. I'd like to, first of all, thank Chevrolet for letting us use their display. It means the world to us. We've been working with you folks for decades, since Wayne has been sports car racing in this country. And we really appreciate all that you've done to help us make this happen here for this great crowd that's here with us today. With us today from Chevrolet is Mr. Jim Campbell, the U.S. Vice President, Performance Vehicles and Motorsports. And Mr. Jim Lutz, the Daytona Prototype Program Manager. And Mr. Jeff Chu, the Chevy Racing Marketing Manager. Thank you all. I'd also let the members of the media know that a full transcript of this press conference will be available within a couple of hours after its conclusion. And photos are also going to be available for download to media people at no charge via Getty Images image.net service. There will be instructions on the press release. And if you need anything like along those lines, just let me know afterwards. And with that, I would like to turn the floor over to Mr. Wayne Taylor, three-time sports car racing champion, owner of Wayne Taylor Racing, for a very special announcement. You have a microphone? There's one up there. It's coming. It's coming, Krista. It's coming. There you go.
Hello. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Thank you all for coming to this conference today. Today is a really exciting day for me, for Wayne Taylor Racing, Max, my partner, and obviously my two drivers, young kid drivers, Jordan and Ricky. Just to give you some background, I think Laz already talked about the fact that I've had a relationship with GM for somewhat 20 years. And, you know, relationships about everything. And Rick Taylor, who's the CEO of Konica Minolta, I met many, many years ago. As a matter of fact, I met him when he was running Toshiba Business Solutions. And, you know, with the merger of this championship and the games being raised to such a level that it's going to require so much more effort from a technical standpoint, financial standpoint, and so on. Rick had always, when Rick left Toshiba, what was it, Rick, how many years ago? 6 years ago, he called me and he said, Wayne, you have my number if you ever need anything down the road. So we picked up discussions last year, and he wanted to come to the Daytona 24-hour, and he brought with him the senior executives, including the chairman, Mr. Tom Tyko, who's here today. I'd like to thank him. And Mike Matei, who's played a big role in this. And they visited the race at Daytona, and literally a week after that, I got the call to say, you know, we're really interested in joining forces with you guys. And I can tell you, as a race car owner, one of the most important parts is having good people around you. And I couldn't have associated myself with a better group of people, everybody from General Motors to Dallara and now to Konica Minolta. And everybody from Konica Minolta that I've now met recently seems so energized and understand the value of this platform. And for me, the race car is really where the kids and everybody have their fun, but it's that platform that we use to generate a business relationship with all of us. And part of what I need to achieve outside of winning championships is to bring as much business as I can to Konica Minolta. So thank you all for coming, and if you need any questions, I'll be here for a while.
All right, now, thank you, Wayne. Now we're going to turn the floor over to Mr. Rick Taylor, but before we do, I just want to introduce our Konica Minolta guests here. As Wayne mentioned, Mr. Tom Tyko, the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer. Mr. Sam Arago, the Senior Vice President of Business Intelligence Services. Mr. Michael Matei, Senior Vice President International. Mr. Kevin Kern, Senior Vice President of Marketing. and Ms. Kay Fernandez, the Vice President, Strategic Business Development. Thank you for being here today. We appreciate it. Now, Mr. Rick Taylor, no relation to Wayne Taylor, obviously. I just wanted
Not that I know of.
wanted to get your thoughts on today's big announcement and what it means to your company and what you plan on doing and moving forward together.
Thank you. You know, Konica Minolta represents a lot of things as a brand, and we really represent technology and speed and leadership. And you look around you and you associate yourself with brands like General Motors, Chevrolet, Continental Tires, Velocity, all of these companies that are premier brands in the space that they operate in. And to be associated with those kinds of companies and the kinds of people that are involved in those companies is a real pleasure for us. And we're excited to be here. It represents a future for us in this sport. We've done very well in the last 5 or 6 years as a company. We've grown tremendously, and we've grown really because we have really good talent in our organization. And so you look at my Hall of Fame friend next to us, Wayne Taylor, and the 2 or 3 most exciting drivers probably in any part of racing today, especially the 2 knuckleheads on the end who are prolific tweeters, in case you haven't followed them yet. But we're very excited. And then, you know, last of all, what this organization has done to unify the sports car racing effort, I think, is a great platform for us. So we want to be one of the team. We like to win. We like to be associated with winners, and I think that's what we've done. So we're very happy to be here. Thank you, everybody.
Good. Thank you, Rick. And with that, you mentioned Velocity Worldwide. I wanted to run through a couple of quick introductions here. Some of our very privileged sponsors here. From Velocity Worldwide, we have Paul Blakely and Mr. Brian Stockman. From Accenture, Mr. Rock Bonecutter. And then also today we have with us from Titanium Metal Supply, Todd Harrison and James Hostetler. So, and with that, we'll move on to the bigger picture entity, which is the Tudor United Sports Car Championship, which is sanctioned by the International Motorsports Association. And I wanted to introduce Mr. Ed Bennett, the Chief Executive Officer, stage right out there. And on stage with us is Mr. Scott Atherton, the President and Chief Operating Officer of the International Motorsports Association. Scott, if I could ask you from a bigger picture perspective, what does it mean to the series for a major player in the business world to come on board, partner with a team like Wayne Taylor Racing?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate Wayne and Rick for bringing us together today to have such an announcement. And when you look at it from a championship perspective, sanctioning body perspective here, IMSA, the Tudor United Sports Car Championship, it's certainly not every race that we make an announcement like this, and I think that should speak volumes of the significance of what we are here today to announce. To look at the landscape that the championship represents, I think Rick said it already, we are a motorsports property that is surrounded by premium brands and category leaders. And I think there is no question that today, with the addition of Konica Minolta, we have the collective pleasure and thrill of adding yet another set of premium brands into this environment. So from our perspective, we couldn't be more pleased. I think from Wayne Taylor Racing's perspective, I said this when we were meeting back at Sebring, we have a lot of race teams in our paddock that set a very high bar for their on-track performance. And we have other examples of teams that do an exceptional job on the business side and bringing active partnerships and true sponsor relations into their environment. In Wayne Taylor Racing, you have that rare combination of both. And I've thought a lot about it. You know, what separates Wayne Taylor Racing? Why do these guys continue to attract the kind of real business partner activation that they do? And I believe, you know, Superman has the cape, and Wayne's got these blue tinted glasses. And I'm convinced that that is what separates it all. You know, there's a little bit of a branding deal going on with the hair with the young lads coming up. One a little bit more so than others. But they're each carving out their niche, and I would say it's working, so don't fix it. Congratulations, guys. Well done.
And before we turn it over to Q&A, Wayne has another point he'd like to make.
Yeah, sorry. Last year, everybody saw the number 10 car being fully sponsored by Velocity Worldwide with the Darius platform, and that was thanks to three individuals, Paul Blakely, Enda McShane, and Brian Stockman. And Brian has become not only a partner with us, but become a great friend. And he's brought his sons out from Belfast this weekend to be here. And I want to make a special thank you to you, Brian, not only from a sponsorship standpoint, but for becoming such a great friend to my family. And the other person that sits in the background, our friend Rockwell Bonecutter from Accenture, has been very instrumental in helping us understand more about the business world, and so we want to just push forward and bring this to a new level.
Thank you, Wayne. And with that, we'll open the floor up for Q&A from our media friends. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll bring you a handheld mic. State your name and your media affiliation before your question. Thank you. Anyone? They're loaded with questions. I do have something from that was emailed to me from John DeGeese from Sports Car 365. This one is directed to Rick. He wants to know, does Konica Minolta have activation planned incorporating the Konica Minolta Corvette and or Ricky and Jordan?
Well, if you did something like this and didn't use Ricky and Jordan, you'd be wasting your money, because you got two of the most engaging, I think, individuals personally, but also talented drivers. So yeah, we have a very extensive arrangement with Wayne for customer hospitality, driver visits. The car will be seen all over. We have lots that we're going to do to make sure that we get the most out of our sponsorship, and we're certainly going to highlight the. And I don't want to skip the more seasoned veteran of the group, Max, who I have had the pleasure of knowing personally much longer. Well, I knew the young guys when they didn't really know who I was. They were around this tall. But Max I've known for a long time, and I mean, you've really got such a combination of youth, enthusiasm, and then wisdom and experience that it's really an impressive group. And if their father, if Wayne stays out of the way, they're going to do great this year.
Very good. Just a quick follow-up from John DeGeese, again from Sports Car 365. How can you capitalize on Ricky and Jordan's use of social media in helping to brand Konica Minolta Racing?
Well, I don't know if you follow the last few days, but I've begun a little tweet war with the boys. In fact, I tweeted this morning at 5:40 a little quote from Top Gun. I have the need for speed. And at 5:42, Ricky tweeted back. So apparently he was up awaiting my tweet to go ahead and retweet and expand that. So, when you've got youth and enthusiasm, they're more adept at getting the message out through all types of media than I will ever be. And it's really a big advantage to have the following that they have, and that certainly Max has with a different demographic representing our brand. So we're very excited about it.
Thank you, Rick. Now, any questions from the media? Have they pretty much covered Mr. Calvin Fish there?
First of all, congratulations to everyone on the stage about the announcement, and I think it's quite remarkable that Wayne has finally found a partner that has the branding colors that matches sunglasses. But more importantly, Wayne, congratulations. I think this certainly makes a statement about the viability of the Tudor United Sports Car Championship and the platform that provides for bringing on a new premium partner such as Konica Minolta. What is the commitment? What are you looking at moving forward? Are you looking to expand the team? If you could just give us some details on that.
Well, you always want to expand the team, but the number one priority at the moment is to build this relationship and be successful from the ground up. And this will be the first weekend actually that Ricky and Jordan will be driving together. So we need to win some races as a team. We need to try and win the championship. And ultimately, we will look to run a two-car program. And it may be such that into next year, if the rules and regulations stay where they are, perhaps run one car for the full championship and a second car for the North American Championship.
Does that mean Max will be back?
Max will always be back.
How about Wayne? How about Wayne?
That's a bad question, Calvin. You know I'm done. You know I'm done with this.
Did you see him get out of the car at Daytona? I thought he was gonna keel over.
He looked like a steamed dumpling that you get at the Chinese restaurant.
I was a little worried.
Another race car driver.
Thank you. It's up to you.
Krista, if you could organize now the groups.
One more thing. You want to shop both cars showing the guys lined up on the front side as well?
You could go around to the other side of the plane. Where do you want right here? Max? You see the ball? Are you serious?
Okay.